Hello and welcome back to Creos Gaming. I'm continuing my NoMundane Run of Skyrim, in which I'll
Have
be
you
using...
managed to track down the Synod or the Staff of Magnus?
Oh, go away. Um, in which I'll be only using magic in combat, whether that be magic staves, but not magic weapons, because I'm trying to avoid leveling through use any of the mundane combat skills. Alright, so last time I found out that I need, and that gal was just asking me about it, but need to find a staff to find out what's going on with an orb that the Mages College has interest in. But before I go to here, which is where the staff might be, there's a request to find Shalador's writings for the, what are they called? Bard's Guild. Which I don't know if they're called the Bard's Guild. It might be the Bard's College in one of the towns, Solitude. So I'm gonna fast travel down here to then go find out about Shaladar's writings. But I found out that you're going to be I'll get the benefit of having cast another spell, so I think I'm okay. Given that the alternative would have been potentially getting attacked while on my horse. Wow, you're taking a lot of attacks. I was not expecting her to be that tough. I figured it was a low-level spot, that would not be a... and there we go. That would not be that difficult, but alright. It worked. Okay, so anyway... I don't remember what I was talking about, which is kind of a problem I have on occasion. So, the reason that we're going after Shalador's writings is there's a festival that occurs regularly in the town of Solitude, once a year, I believe, if I can remember correctly. And that festival involves burning a king in effigy. And the king of Solitude recently died, and the widow of the king believes that it is in poor taste to have burning in effigy a representation of a king when one has died so recently. However, the Bard's College feels that the event would be important for the people to be able to properly mourn for one portion, but also it has significance to the history of the location, and so they want to convince the queen. Well, she's not really the queen right now, she's just the jarl, but they want to convince the widow that it will be okay to continue hosting that event. And so part of that's there's apparently a bard who wrote some material that would be related to the burning in effigy, and so that's what I'm after, is that material, because the content might help convince her that it is worth continuing. It's basically an epic poem that I'm trying to find, and well, that's either going to mean trolls probably or vampires would be my guess, so we'll see. That sounded... trolls. I have a strong dislike for trolls. We'll see how this goes. Well, that's not too bad. It's not great either. Hopefully it's not all trolls. If it ends up being a mix of things, it might be better. The downside to trolls is that they regen their health. However, they also have a weakness to fire, so that'll kind of balance things out a little bit, but they've got a lot of health and they hit really hard, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, they do, however, drop... I don't remember what... Oh, come on. Where'd he go? There we are. So troll fat provides resist poison, which is nice, but not... No, I did not want to search the troll. I wanted... Alright, so apparently that's done. Alright, and it looks like the troll moved in and... Empty strongbox. attacked someone else who had been here. So that would have gone up. So we'll see if maybe there are other folks down here besides just the troll. And I'm hearing more movement, but I'm not sure where. Alright, so there's another one. One of the other things I miss about archery is I'm pretty sure I can't crit with spells, and that's kind of disappointing, excuse me. Being able to crit was a big thing with archery, and so I've not seen anything about critting with destruction spells. I guess I'm doing a decent job anyway, it's just one of those things that would be nice. Alright. On the bright side, they're staying kind of distant, they're not really seeing me. Oh, that would be one of the things I was talking about as far as... especially given how much magicka that cost. Yeah, see, because I missed 3 shots, he's regenning health. Oh. Alright, so now it's dead. Maybe I'll be able to stay out of sight and regen my magicka so I can fight the next one that I saw there shortly. So yeah, wasted 2 shots worth of magicka because it took so long for me to get another actual hit in. He started regenning health, which means it took me more shots to actually kill him. Just hitting a wall is a very frustrating thing, unfortunately, with this. There's the issues with the archery were not equivalent because missing with an arrow when you have so many arrows wasn't as big a deal. And you could get an arrow off, I think, faster than casting is going, but still, it just means I have to get used to it. It's certainly not an indictment against how the magic system works. Not every playstyle should be as easy or as simple, and so the fact that there's a variety of difficulty based on the variety of playstyle, excuse me, is actually a good thing for the game to be doing. Yeah, I'm not going to complain that everything's not the same, which is why I'm also going to be willing to do another playthrough after this one that would... Oh, come on, cast. Ah, crap. Now he's moving. Another playthrough after this one that's going to be pretty much the reverse of this, rather than... So this one's no mundane, where I'm trying to avoid using the mundane skills, like one-handed, two-handed, that kind of thing. That one's going to be low magic, and it's not going to be no magic because you can't not use shouts. Shouts are necessary to progress through the game. Anything? Sweet, heavy armor. Which I don't need, but at least it's a skill up. I don't know why I like getting skill ups from books, even if I'm not going to use the skill, but I do. And so the fact that there's those different play styles, I think, is a really good thing, and it'll prove to be beneficial, and I'm under the impression... No, I'm not going backwards. Interesting. Alright, death to trolls. It is interesting the number of different views on trolls that exist. You've got the trolls from the Warcraft series, which are not necessarily all that different from the other humanoid races. Then you've got the rock trolls, pretty sure rock trolls from Lord of the Rings. Then you've got the bridge trolls from things like from the Billy Groat's Gruff, which I think is more what these trolls are like. And I don't know how consistent... Apparently there's something else in here. Meridia's Beacon. Okay. I don't remember... Shalador's Insights. I suddenly am not sure that Shalador's Insights was the one.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Huh?
Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
That's gonna depend on what you're cleansing. Okay. So let me see here, because Break of Dawn, Shalador's Insights, goes to Urag. So I was wrong. Shalador's writings are apparently just something for the librarian. I thought they were related to the, what do you call it? The Bard's College. But that was an error. Oh, and is this the start? This looks like the start. Yep. Alright, so cool. I got Shalador's writings. And that's only been 10 minutes, so I can actually probably continue my journey from here to get to where I need to go for the Staff of Magnus. So I'll run from here to there and worry about Meridia after that. Getting her beacon back where it came from, or whatever it was. Which... That's Shalador's writings. Is not anywhere nearby, so I'll fast travel. I'm gonna fast travel to Windhelm Stables. I think that'll put me closer to than I would have been if I'd just go. Where's my horse? Oh, it's a stables, so the horse is actually gonna be, yeah, at the stables. I was worried for a second there. Did I hear voices? Don't know. Alright, so let's see here. What do I want to do? I want to run southeast, which is this way. Yep. Alright. So Meridia is one of the... what do they call them? Daedra, which are beings of magic of some sort, and it appears that there's levels of Daedra. Some are more powerful than others, some are basically just like magical humanoids, and then there's Daedra that are of a level that they're called divine, and so there's 8 of them if I remember correctly, and so Meridia is one of them. But the Daedra are not good, or they are not universally good, I guess would be one way of putting it. Some are good, some are not. Well, actually, so doing some reading on it on a Skyrim. Do I hear a dragon? Or is that just sound effects? I only hear a bear, but I think I don't care about the bear. And that's... what is that? Saw something moving there. That's a giant. Going to avoid the giant. I need to figure out where the heck I'm going. Exactly the wrong way. Excellent. Alright, so turn back around. I swear that sounds like a giant, which is not, or excuse me, a dragon, which is not pleasant. So, anyway, the Daedra are essentially deities in this universe, and some are evil. Well, some humans would consider evil, and some are more in line with what humans would consider good. Huh, I thought I was faster than a bear. Anyway, but generally the descriptions of them that I have read suggest that they don't necessarily care too terribly much about human quality of life, call it. And so they... Alright, so where am I going? Straight ahead, okay. And so they're kind of callous, and they'll use humans as tools. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. So wolves are going to be fairly easy to kill, so I can get some souls out of them. Without too much trouble. And a bear would have given me a bigger soul, but I'll take what I can get. I didn't feel like an extended fight. So the Daedra will use humans as tools, but they don't necessarily see humans as default value. I got the Wabbajack from, I can't even remember his name at the moment, but another Daedra, but he was fairly insane, and he definitely did not put any specific stake in human value, and was actually very fond of an insane and cruel leader, one of the septums. So I'm given Meridia's references to light and that kind of thing. Oop, more wolves. Of course, I don't necessarily know where they are. Does my horse? Usually if they howl, they're really close, but they're also capable of stealth. Or sneak, excuse me. So they can be hard to see sometimes. Yeah, if they're not attacking immediately, I'll just keep riding. Alright. So we'll see what Meridia's beacon ends up doing. I think I have another quest for one of the other Daedra. Azura, I think, is the name of the other one. Nope, you're just a fox. Yeah. And foxes move enough that I'm not gonna try to shoot that one. How close am I? Oh, too far south. So I need to turn to the left here. Maybe not too far south. Maybe just about right south. And that's an interesting looking... Alright, wolves again. Yep, there's the wolves. Come on. What the heck? Oh, that's a bear. And I'm... Oh, crap. When did I last save? That's gonna be a bad thing. Yeah, I wondered about that. Alright, fine. Alright. This time I think I'm just going to take a straight line. Not necessarily care about trying to... No, you are not the horse I want. You are. Not necessarily care about trying to kill animals, even if they would provide easy things. Just that... Yeah, that's definitely a dragon. And if I can fight the dragon with the help of guards, that'll make life a lot easier. So, is he gonna land and attack guards, or is he just gonna fly and scream and stuff? Let's find out. Come on, dude. You're just gonna fly around and scream, aren't you? Alright, fine. If it attacks me, I'll just come back here and see if I can't force it to fight the guards. Alright, so I was expecting my mark on the map to show up on my compass, but it doesn't. Alright, I'm just going to go for a straight line, which means I'll be doing some climbing. Which isn't always faster necessarily, but can be, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to do my best to avoid finding alternative fast travel points. I'd like to only find only have discovered the points that I've actually been in, to make finding new points easier in the future. But we'll see how well that goes. Oh, there is the blue arrow now. Good. It's just hiding behind one of the locations that I'm supposed to travel to, so that's not a big deal. Alright. Keep going. So the only issue with using the mountain goat horse ability, well, one of the issues, is that if you don't come down well, you end up falling and that kills you. So it was 10 minutes in the last, we'll call it a dungeon that I was in. And now it's been 10 minutes just trying to travel because I died. So I expect this will end up being longer than the 30 minutes that I was kind of hoping it might fit into. We'll see whether it ends up at an hour or not. Okay, so how close am I? Getting there, but not quite there yet. We'll see if I can... Oh, that's getting too close to that thing, and I don't want to discover that, so I'm going to come this way. A little bit of damage there, not too bad. Ooh, dead mammoth. Are you guys dangerous? Nope, you're a hunter.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years. Take a look.
Is there anything I can sell ingredients? Oh well. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't sure if maybe you'd have something useful.
What was that?
That was a dragon. And I'm still not seeing it. Alright, so I'll let you guys go do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna continue on my way. The risk I'm taking is that I'll get to my destination, leave my horse outside, and the dragon will attack and kill my horse. And that will annoy me to no end if that happens. But that's why I save it before I go into whatever zone I'm entering, so that if something like that does happen, I can reload my save. I know it's kind of weird to keep a horse like that. I suspect that... But, that's me. Alright. Come on. Get up the rocks. And this is why it's called the mountain horse. Because that's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so that's a fox. And where am I? Alright, so I can remove that, because I'm close enough that I know where I'm going now. Well, I know that it's right in front of me is a better way of putting that. And is it this place, or is it further than that? I'm guessing it's this place, but we'll see. Yep, Zolft. Oh hey, I am now riding the horse. Well, I had been riding the horse standing on it. That's kind of cool. Alright, so this is Mizolft. I'm going to park my horse under here to try and reduce the probability that it gets flambéed by a dragon. And then from here, I can save it so that my horse is protected. And then it'll be into Mizolft with me to find the Staff of Magnus. I am detected by a half-dead guy.
Gone. Find Paratus. Inoculary.
So apparently the synod bit off more than it could chew. Let's see how badly that's happened. I don't think it's Arundel's journal. Where's the journal? No. Research log. There we are. Okay, so there's a crystal of some sort involved. So this is looking kind of steampunkish. But apparently well, I may have already said that. Oh. Yep. Alright, so that's what pressure plates look like in the steampunk zones. Poor guys. I mean, he died there though, so I'm not sure that the trap's what killed him. Guess we'll find out as we keep going. Oh. so it looks like fire isn't my best bet against those. They're mechanical. Let's try lightning and see how that goes as we keep moving on. Apparently they're just tough. And since fire does more damage, given my points, I'll go into fire instead. Yay, soul gem. Ooh, new ingredient. Okay. And another soul gem. Cool. Potion. Empty convector, whatever a convector is. Alright. So, my understanding is that these would be Dwemer ruins, and that Dwemer are basically dwarves. So similar to keeping trolls as a particular version, oh, hello, of fantasy stereotypes. They're keeping dwarves as a particular version of fantasy stereotypes, which isn't necessarily bad. I do dislike the technology dwarf in... Let's see what the dwarven oil does. Weakness to magic, okay. The technology dwarf in a fantasy setting. I guess I kind of, what the heck, understand it, but alright. But I'm not really thrilled by it. And I suppose when they're, even in like Tolkien, they're architecturally technologically advanced, so even if they're not necessarily like full-on mechanically advanced, and maybe they even have, that will be disenchantable, maybe they even have like water power and that kind of thing. I don't remember whether or not they do. It's been a long time since I've read The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings. But they are architecturally advanced. I mean, they're able to dig into the stone. They have the columns and stuff like that that you're seeing here actually pretty much fit to the stereotype. So I may just be being overly critical of the whole steampunk aspect of this. But it really isn't. Whoa! Really isn't my preference. The whole you got your sci-fi and my fantasy thing. I like both sci-fi and fantasy, but I like them as separate complex concepts primarily. Which there's some people who are even more strident about it than I am, and then there are some people who just don't care. It's fun either way. So, meh. Alright, so apparently we've moved out of dwarfdom proper into just natural caves and stuff. Crap. I dislike these creatures. Yeah, poisoned. Dislike these creatures and the creatures that hang out with them. So the Cheris tend to function as pets for Falmer. And the Falmer just strike me as horribly creepy. I really do not like them. Alright. But, oh, yep, they got one of the Synod. Of course, they just called them Synod when she was pronouncing it, but I'm used to thinking of Y's like that as being I's. Alright, so potion of manual healing and a circlet. Alright. I'll be able to disenchant one of the hoods that I have. Two of you. Oh, Blue Mage's robes, what do they do? Magic or regeneration, but I've got double robes, and I'm pretty sure I've already gotten a magic or regeneration robe, so scroll of paralyze. Alright. Where did the character? There he is. Okay. Alright. So, don't care about the chitin. I thought they might have had something. Oop. Hold on. Thought they might have had something that was an ingredient, but the chitin is not it if they do. Alright. Crud. Where is it? Dang it. Yeah. Oh crud, more than... Ah! Ooh, you're the healthy one. Toto. Let's see what happens with flames. Sure, why not? I predict that with flames I die terribly. Because this thing is not taking any damage. Oh. At least... well, I was right about the die terribly thing. I thought I had more health than that, but apparently not. Okay.
Crystal.
Oh, come on.
Find apparatus. In oculary.
Well, that sucks. I thought I'd gone through something that would allow me to have saved it, but I was not paying enough attention, and I did not. So, that's twice I've died and had to redo things. I apologize for that. Alright, so I don't have to test that. I already know what it is. I can just keep moving. Yay, health potion. That is the... I mean, that's one of the... it's not so bad things. Oh, come on. About dying. Is you can move faster. Oh, come on. Unless you do stupid things. Like, miss terribly. Come on, just a little bit more magicka. Ow. Alright, anyway, I was trying to say... bummer. I didn't get the soul stones? Whatever the heck they are. Soul gems. There we go. I didn't get the soul gems that I got last time. What I had been trying to say is that you can move a little faster because you know what's there, and then I end up having to move slower because I terribly messed up that that set of combat and attracted more things than I did the first time, so that was kind of frustrating. Alright, then we've got the potion, and that's fine. Alright. On the downside... yeah, that was kind of a far distance, unfortunately. So apparently... the... loot is... Yep, I was going to say there's another one. Ow. Flames. Loot is either generated at death. Oh, good. Well, except it's not populated. Bah. Death, or I don't know when they spawn things. Like, did it spawn all of the creatures in here when I entered, or did it not spawn creatures until I got to a point where I would be able to see them? And I don't know the answer to that, so that's kind of an interesting concept. I'm gonna guess that they probably... okay. that they probably do loot at death. And so that's why we're seeing different loot pools from things that we killed the first time through. Which isn't bad. I mean, not being able to predict what's going to be there. Except this is the same, so maybe chests are fixed at spawn instead of at check. Which is possible. And a creature doesn't become a chest object until it dies. That would make sense. And so then what you would have is that essentially you have loot is determined at the time that the loot source is spawned. And so a living creature is not a loot source, but a dead creature becomes one. I could see that being the case. It would make sense. I think it would make coding things a little easier. But I'm not completely familiar with. I'm gonna use this dwarven oil, so yeah. Alright. So almost, yep, here we go. Now we're into this area again, so I'm catching back up to where I had been. Unfortunately, this is turning into... I mean, I knew it was going to be longer, but I hadn't realized it was going to be... What the heck? I thought there... Now I'm confused. I thought there was a rope here. Because I thought those rocks fell down. But... maybe that's farther ahead and I'm misremembering. Either way, I'm going to save it here. And that's why I thought I went through a door, probably. Because it transitioned the area type. Which made it seem like... oh, come on. Yay, I got lucky and missed the spin. Which made it seem like I would have switched between zones. Cheris eggs. That's what it is that they have that is an ingredient. Weakness to poison from Cheris eggs. Which would make sense. They spit poison. The ingredient would. Unless it would be a poison, I guess, would be the other possibility that would also make sense. No, thank you. Don't need to mine. Search this thing again. Potion. Circlet. Okay. Yeah. And then you're lootable, but you don't have any gold. Pretty sure your friend upstairs here didn't have any gold either. Nope. Alright. Potion here. And then I can continue on to where I had been. So this is where the rope is that's already broken? No, it just looked broken, but was not actually so. Okay then. I hadn't realized that there might be times that happened, but I guess it would make sense that there would. Alright, so maybe I can get just one of these guys this time instead of two. Nope, got them both. But that's one dead at least. So the other one will probably be coming around the corner here shortly. So I can regen what magicka will be beneficial while I wait. Ah, he moved. Oh, alright, regen magicka again. I am getting better about regenning magicka. It's getting faster, which is good. Where'd he go? Come on. Nice. Alright. So, my hope is to get a sufficient amount of magicka that I can regen magicka quick enough to be able to spam this firebolt spell in a double cast. I don't know if that's even possible, but I'm kind of hoping that it will be. Because essentially getting to a point where I have unlimited ammo would be nice. There's a spell called Bound Bow, and it produces a bow with magical arrows. There are 99 magical arrows, but you can't fire fast enough to use all 99 arrows before the spell cooldown finishes and you can just recast the bow. So it essentially gives you unlimited ammunition for a bow. And so you can be a little less cautious with your shooting, but it also means that you're not as slowed down. Greater Soul Gem, nice. So it'd just be nice to have a similar... Oh my. You're tough looking. Ability to just kind of shoot when necessary without being worried about losing stuff, or without being worried about wasting things, basically. Having a miss not be quite so costly, that kind of thing. Alright, lots of robots. And we're actually now back into... That's interesting that they had such a short section of natural caves with Charis in them, or however you pronounce that, Charis. But we're back into dwarf territory. And there didn't appear to be anywhere that the Charis would have come from. They just were there. And the traps weren't really defined either. They were just kind of there too, so this is weird. Alright, kill the spider. And since I'm in a new zone, I'm going to do this again. Just to reduce the likelihood of having to backtrack again, because that ends up taking up a lot of time and showing things that had already been seen, so I don't know how... Oh! Ah! Speaking of missing... I will say that having the... Ow. Ah. Nope. Inventory. Alright, ingredient... No, not ingredients. Potions, because I need health. Let's go healing. And then... Magicka. There. Alright. Whew. Well, that's quite the bit of knockback, and then switch up to healing so that I can increase that some. Alright. And so backtracking is just going to be less interesting than actually continuing to move forward. And I'd been doing these because I was trying to follow the main quest path, which was working okay, and then I encountered the spot where I needed the second word to whirlwind sprint so that I could sprint farther. And so I started doing side quests, hoping that one of the side quests would take me to the place where whirlwind sprint was. This looks like it's going to a main location, so I'm going to go back. One of the side quests would take me to that second word, and unfortunately I started doing quests in a zone that was too high level for me, so I decided I'd come do the Mages College quests so that I could... It's going to be locked? It's going to be locked. Mages College quests so that I could get more experience with what is this? Destruction magic, so that my destruction spells would be more effective and I wouldn't be so under-leveled given where I was. And so that's what's led me here. This is being one of the Mage College quests, and it's been helpful. I mean, I've gotten to level 16 with the primary source of leveling being casting destruction spells, so the desired effect has been achieved, or is in the process of being achieved, rather. Oh man, this guy's taking a lot. Come on, just... Where is that? Good to know that that happens. Oh, well, there was a plate that apparently started it. Oh, and he rolled over it. That's what happened. Okay. Yay, Greater Soul Gem. That makes sense. Alright. So I'll keep making progress, and that'll be good. The one concern I have is that I've heard that zones will be flagged or will adjust their level based on yours, and so I may go through all of this, get higher level, and end up still having as much difficulty because the zone leveled with me. Alright, and so these are the Fulmer that I don't like. I have no idea what Fulmer here do. I have the feeling I don't want to know, but yep, damage, health, there. Which means they'll create a poison, excuse me. Alright, good. This leads me to another location. Green poison. Common soul gem. Sorry about that noise. I accidentally knocked my microphone into my lap. Alright, so we're into the boilery, which is an odd name for something, but it works. Yay, more gems. Alright. And we've actually stopped seeing mage corpses, which is interesting. And I haven't found a gem that it was talking about yet. So, whoa. Alright, let's see how tough you are. Alright, so basic Fulmer, 3.5 shots for a basic Fulmer. Okay, good to know. That means I'm going to want to avoid confrontation with multiple Fulmer if I can help it. Which really, I want to avoid confrontation with multiple enemies anyway. It's just more efficient, I think, to take one enemy at a time, then you've got the time between fights where you're able to regenerate magicka, and that's... Oh, hey, there is another researcher with nothing useful on him. Alright, fine. But one, yeah, not fighting crowds. I've read stuff about AoE it spells, but I haven't seen one yet. And the trouble is, I haven't really seen creatures stay next to each other very much. It's not like they bunch up very often. Alright, is this a basic Fulmer? This is a basic Fulmer. Still wish I could turn those off. They're neat the first few times, but it'd just be nice to not have to worry about it. Alright. It's kind of odd that I was sent after a staff. Well, that's why, because the Synod was looking for the staff too. But what I found on the Synod guy was a note talking about a crystal of some sort, not the staff, so... I mean, so far it seems kind of like a non sequitur. It's the right group, but... Dang. Oh. Yeah, figures caster. We'll see. There we go. Alright, caster's dead. Got an archer. I'm not sure I'll win against the archer this way, but we'll see. If I can keep moving, I shouldn't, yeah, have to worry too much. Oh, come on. Of course, the closer he gets, the harder it's going to be to dodge, but... Alright, hold on. Let's switch over. Grab the staff. Oh, come on. How did that not hit? Ow. There we go. Yes, having staff as a backup weapon, very beneficial. Alright, switch to heal. Anyway, the Fulmer are just ugly. Their movements are somewhat strange. I really do not like the... Okay, so actually, the game design idea of the Fulmer is very well done. I'm not going to unlock that. So it's not that I think they're badly designed or anything like that. I think the creepy factor that or the creepy vibe that comes from them is actually part of what the developers may have been going for, and if it is, then they did a really good job with that. Alright, so this is yet another zone shift without it really being a zone shift, so I'm gonna save it again. Would have been nice if each of the researchers had had another journal so that we could know what was going on. Oh, why am I detected? Something on the... Yep. That's bad. I don't have anywhere to run. And the poison spit isn't really the big deal. The big deal is their melee is actually pretty bad. Alright, so good. That's a dead chair. Let's hear. Caught us? Hey, whatever. Okay, and are you locked? You're not. Yeah, basic bow. But gold was good. Alright. I may have to start selling ingredients since my weight's becoming a bit of an issue. Granted, I've picked up some other stuff, but crap a bit. Oh yeah, another caster. Ah. Oh, come on, that's twice. Alright, switch to the staff. Glad I saved it. Oh, that sucked. Missed twice with the staff, missed twice with the fire bolts, and that's part of why I'm thinking magic's kind of frustrating when you miss, and why I want my magic regen to be higher, because missing's a big deal. Alright, so I can see you. Did I hit you? No, I didn't hit you. Figures. There we go. There, I hit you. Good. Come on. Oh. And sometimes my mouse buttons don't register. Well, it's nice that I've got the... not talent. Oh, I didn't want the chitin. So let's put miscellaneous. We'll put the chitin back. Store. There we go. Nice that I have the perk that says I can stun things or interrupt things or whatever that function is called when I dual cast. The trouble is my mouse buttons aren't always registering appropriately, and some like that sometimes it doesn't start a dual cast properly. So, as useful as being able to interrupt is, sometimes the interrupt doesn't work. Ow. Come on. There's another Cheris behind it. Ow. Come on. Switch to healing. Really not happy that the staff keeps not firing when I tell it to. Switch back to the staff. Come on! And I missed? What the hell? Ah, so not cool. Okay, so that's a number of deaths. It's already been about an hour or so recording this time. So I think I'm going to end here, and I'll just continue from this spot in the next video. So, thanks all. Catch you later.